In the small town of Willow Creek, nestled deep in a valley where the mist never quite lifts, there's an old stone bridge that spans the murky waters of Blackthorn River. It's not a place you'd want to cross after dark. The locals call it the Whispering Bridge, and they say if you linger too long, you'll hear things, sobs, murmurs, or worse, your own name called from the water below. But the real terror comes from the shadow that haunts it. Decades ago, a farmer named Thomas Harrow lived on the outskirts of Willow Creek. He was a quiet man, known for his devotion to his fiancée, Eliza, a schoolteacher with a laugh like wind chimes. They were to marry in the spring of 1893, but fate had other plans. One bitter winter night, Eliza vanished while crossing the bridge on her way home. Some said she slipped into the icy river, others whispered darker tales of betrayal. Thomas searched for her tirelessly, pacing the bridge until his boots wore grooves in the stone. Months later, they found him, his body tangled in the river's weeds, his face frozen in anguish. Since then, the bridge has been cursed. On foggy nights, when the moon is just a sliver, travelers see a shadowy figure leaning over the edge, motionless, as if staring into the depths. Those who dare approach swear the figure vanishes, leaving behind a bone-chilling sob that echoes in their dreams. The locals avoid the bridge, but teenagers, hungry for thrills, test their courage there. Most come back with nothing but goosebumps. Some don't come back the same. Enter Caleb, a 17-year-old with a knack for trouble and a smartphone always recording. He'd heard the stories but scoffed at them. Ghosts were for kids, he thought, and he wanted viral content for his fledgling YouTube channel. One November evening, with fog thick as wool, Caleb convinced his friend Mia to join him at the bridge. "We'll film the shadow, debunk the myth, and get 1 million views," he said, grinning. Mia, nervous but curious, agreed, clutching her flashlight like a lifeline. The bridge loomed ahead, its moss-covered stones slick with mist. The air felt heavy, like it was pressing down on their chests. Caleb set up his phone on a tripod, the red recording light blinking like an unblinking eye. "All right, subscribers," he whispered into the mic, "let's hunt a ghost." Mia shivered, her flashlight beam darting across the bridge. "This feels wrong, Caleb," she muttered. "Let's just go." But Caleb was already halfway across, his sneakers slapping the stone. The fog swirled, and for a moment, Mia thought she saw something dark shape at the far end, leaning over the railing. "Caleb, look," she hissed, pointing. He turned, squinting into the gloom. There it was, a tall, shadowy figure, its edges blurring into the mist. It didn't move, didn't breathe, just stood there, gazing into the river. Caleb's bravado faltered, but he forced a laugh. "Probably a trick of the light," he said, though his voice cracked. He stepped closer, phone in hand, zooming in. The figure remained still, but the air grew colder, the kind of cold that seeps into your bones and stays there. Mia grabbed his arm. "Don't," she pleaded. Ignoring her, Caleb called out, "Hey, who's there?" The figure didn't respond. Instead, a low sob broke the silence, soft at first, then louder, like a whale trapped underwater. Mia's flashlight flickered, and Caleb's phone screen glitched, static crackling through the speaker. "This isn't funny," Mia whispered, backing away. But Caleb, stubborn and reckless, took another step. "Show yourself," he shouted. That's when it happened. The shadow turned not its head, but its entire body, as if it were a puppet on strings. Its face was hidden in darkness, but Caleb felt its gaze, heavy and unyielding. The sobs stopped, replaced by a whisper, his name, Caleb, drawn out like a sigh from the river itself. He froze, his breath catching in his throat. Mia screamed, tugging at his jacket. "Run!" But Caleb couldn't move. The shadow drifted closer, not walking but gliding, its form dissolving and reforming in the fog. He felt an icy grip on his wrist, though nothing touched him. His phone fell, the screen cracking on the stone. In the river below, he saw something, a reflection, not of the shadow, but of himself, older, gaunt, his eyes hollow with despair. The reflection smiled, a smile that wasn't his own. Mia dragged Kayla back, her screams echoing through the valley. They stumbled off the bridge, collapsing in the grass, the fog swallowing the structure behind them. When they finally caught their breath, Caleb's phone was gone, lost to the river. Mia swore she'd never go back, and Caleb, for once, didn't argue. He didn't sleep that night, or the next. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw that reflection in his face, but not his soul. The locals say the shadow still waits on the bridge, searching for Eliza, or perhaps for someone to take her place. Caleb never posted that video. He doesn't talk about the bridge anymore, but Mia notices he avoids mirrors, and he never crosses water after dark. Some say Thomas Harrow's ghost is still out there, whispering names, pulling the curious into his endless grief. So, if you ever find yourself in Willow Creek, steer clear of the Whispering Bridge. Because the shadow doesn't just watch, it listens. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated with more amazing stories coming your way. Join our community and never miss an adventure.